Hey guys, what's going on? This is Lion Trader coming to you with another Bitcoin update. I'm just going to pick up where I left off the other day, talking about this ending diagonal and the potential for it being a second wave of a much larger um, corrected structure. So we came down here, put in our A, B, C, and now we have this expanding ending diagonal, and then we've broken through this resistance level, and we've broken through this resistance level. So now both of these levels have become support. As you can see here, we came up, pegged that resistance, bounced off of here, came up a little bit, broke through it, came up, tested here, and we finally got through, and now we've tested this level, gone up, tested this level. So I'm going to take a deeper dive into here to see exactly where we are. Now, as you can see, we have the end of the expanding diagonal here. We go up for a 1, 2, and then we go up for a third. Just visually, you can see that this is a very sharp move, which is indicative of a third. Not to mention it went past the 1618 extension of the first. Then we take a look at some of our indicators here. We see this big spike in green volume, another indication that's a third. And also on the Elliott wave oscillator, we see this high spike here. So that can be kind of helpful for identifying these third waves. Here I believe we have an expanding leading diagonal for an A of the fourth. Reason I believe that is we have this expanding nature of it, and then we also have the overlap between the 1 and the 4. That looks like an expanding leading diagonal to me, not to mention the depth of the retracement for the B wave. You could see here we went right to the 786 for the B, and then we went down. Typically with an expanding leading diagonal, you're going to have a deep retracement, and so that's what we saw there. Not to mention this looks very corrective to me. Looks like we came in for an A, and then A, B, C for the B, and then up for the C, and then we died down. So there's really not a trade here for me. A couple reasons being is that you notice this level of support here. If we break back down below it, this is the no trade zone because we're in between two support and resistance levels, as you can see here. So if we came down here, I'm not making a trade there. I suppose I could, but why take that risk? And not to mention you'd be going for, your target would be here at this fifth, and that's just not really. I believe whenever I measured that, was like a 3% move, and I don't really care about a 3% move. This is crypto. We're talking. I want to be going after 15% moves. The larger moves. The reason that this isn't of interest is because you'll find that it's increasingly difficult to trade the smaller time frames, and the larger time frames, they're going to be much more clarity to them. That's the reason behind that is that the higher time frame that you go, you're getting a bigger picture, the mass psychology of the market. Whereas if you're trading these small time frames, the liquidity in these markets is so small. You're trading on the whims of just a few people, and some a-hole could come in here and just market buy, and price would spike. And there's a lot more fuckery on the slower time frames. So I don't really bother trading anything under 1 hour. And I'm typically only looking for trades that are at least a 10% move, and that's with having like you're having a tight stop. So, really ideally, I'm looking for 15 to 20% moves to be making trades off of. If I see a lot of clarity on something like a triangle, then it's less than 20%. Yeah, I'll take it. But for the most part, when there's not a whole lot of clarity, I'm wanting to go after the larger moves. But this is pretty much where we are. There's really not a trade that I like. And if we go down lower, we're going to be in that no trade zone. What I would like is if we do come down here and then we go up and we hit that fifth, I want to see a nice clean A, B, C down, because this would complete the first of the, that would complete the 1, 2 of the much larger degree third that we would be putting in way up there. So that's the trade that I'm keeping my eye on. I'm watching it set up, and I'll keep you all updated. Thanks. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe.